Massive schedule leaks are practically confirming that our guys are going to kick off the entire NFL season in a primetime Wednesday night showdown against the Seattle Seahawks. On top of that, the biggest draft analysts in the country are putting the league on notice with insane predictions for our rookie tight end Sam Roush. We are looking at an absolute offensive juggernaut taking shape right before our eyes, and the hype is getting completely out of control. If you are as fired up as I am for this unforgettable season, smash that like button, share this video with every fan you know, and subscribe so you never miss an update. Let us jump right into the sheer madness surrounding Sam Roush. Some of the most respected analysts in the football world have been dropping articles recently detailing which Day 2 draft picks are primed to make an immediate, explosive impact in 2026, and our newest weapon is right at the top of that list. The selection of Roush in the third round has gained unbelievable traction among draft experts and league insiders. People absolutely love this pick, and it is not just because of how talented he is, but because of the mastermind coaching staff calling the plays. We all know this offense absolutely lives to utilize tight ends, and the scheme demands physical dominance. Are we legitimately about to witness the most dangerous, unstoppable tight end trio in modern football history? Think about the staggering size and athleticism we are dealing with here. Experts are raving about Roush's incredibly diverse skill set. He is a premium, top-tier athlete for his immense frame. The guy weighed in at 6'6" and 267 pounds at the combine. With that kind of raw power, he is perfectly positioned to step right into the crucial tight end 3 role that Durham Smythe occupied last season, while also becoming a terrifying force on special teams. If you look at the numbers, there is zero doubt that Roush is going to see the field a ton. Last year, Smythe was on the field for a quarter of the offensive snaps and half of the special teams snaps. We all know this offense leans heavily on massive bodies to wear down defenses. Kmet and Colston Loveland were absolute monsters last season, both playing well over 60% of the offensive snaps. With the way Loveland has been developing into a superstar, you can bet your life his snap count is going to skyrocket into the 70% range this year. Kmet is still going to hover right around that high 60 or 70% mark, especially if the base offense heavily features 12 personnel. But here is the stark reality regarding last season. Durham Smythe, bless him, was just an okay football player. He was a decent depth piece, but he still logged nearly 240 snaps. They used him because this scheme desperately wants to mix up alignments and punish defenses with heavy groupings. Now, imagine swapping out Durham Smythe for a physical freak like Sam Roush. No disrespect to Smythe, but Roush is in an entirely different stratosphere when it comes to pure physical gifts. Yes, he is making the jump to the professional level, and there is always a learning curve against veteran linebackers, but he possesses vastly superior receiving chops and is a dramatically more punishing run blocker than Smythe ever was. There is absolutely no debate about that. The coaching staff loves to operate out of 12 personnel with 2 tight ends, and they were already a top 5 team in the league in doing so last year. Honestly, I expect that to increase even more. And when it comes to 13 personnel, featuring 3 tight ends on the field at the exact same time, this team was 6th in the league last year. Expect that usage to easily jump into the top 3, if not number 2 right behind the Rams. Why? Because they finally have 3 exceptionally talented guys who can execute it flawlessly, and their play-to-play efficiency out of those heavy packages was off the charts last season. Roush is simply an unbelievable talent. He creates massive yards after the catch, he has incredibly reliable hands, and he will put edge rushers in the dirt in the run game. Sure, his arm length is not historically great, which might cost him on a rare, isolated block, but his sheer elite athleticism easily masks that minor flaw more often than not. Defenses are going to be forced to account for him in a way they never had to with Durham Smythe. When Smythe was running a route, no defensive coordinator was panicking. When Sam Roush is on the field, his specific skill set demands your attention. The absolute floor for his playing time is those 239 snaps Smythe had, but I fully expect him to completely shatter that as the season progresses. He might need a few weeks to adjust to the blinding speed of the pro game, but once he gets rolling, he is going to be a nightmare. Question of the day: how many touchdowns do you think Sam Roush will realistically catch in his rookie year? Drop your exact predictions in the comments below right now. Personally, I am predicting he finds the end zone 2 or maybe 3 times. Keep in mind, he is technically the third option at the position, but especially inside the red zone, the coaching staff is going to specifically scheme up plays for him. Durham Smythe had absolutely zero plays designed for him as a primary target in the red zone last year. Roush is going to get those highly coveted looks, and he is going to capitalize. Now let us switch gears to the massive schedule leaks that are setting the entire fanbase on fire. We have been hearing whispers for months about a potential Week 1 clash against the Seahawks, and every single day, more puzzle pieces fall into place that make this feel utterly inevitable. The league already announced that the 49ers and the Rams are taking that Thursday night game in Australia. That automatically eliminates them from the regular opening night slot. The opening game of the entire NFL season is going to be on a Wednesday night this year, and Seattle is locked in to host it. So, who are they playing? Well, the Cowboys and Giants just got officially slated for Sunday Night Football up in New York. Cross them off the list entirely. That leaves Seattle with only 5 possible opponents for Wednesday night. It is definitely not going to be the Cardinals. The Chiefs would normally be a massive television draw, but the league is absolutely terrified of putting Kansas City on opening night because there are lingering reports questioning if Patrick Mahomes will be 100% ready. The NFL is never going to risk showcasing a backup quarterback in the very first game of the year. The Chargers are an interesting young team, but they just do not bring the colossal, nationwide television market that the league craves. And the Patriots. They could do a Super Bowl rematch, but the network will absolutely save that ratings goldmine for later in the winter. That leaves us. And it makes perfect, undeniable sense. We have a massive, rabid media market, the team is heavily improved, and for the first time in what feels like a lifetime, we have an offense that is genuinely thrilling to watch. Top insiders across the television networks have practically stopped just short of confirming it. When the biggest reporters in the sport all start pointing in the exact same direction without any other opponent gaining traction, you know it is as good as done. I am incredibly pumped at the thought of spoiling Seattle's home opener while the entire globe is watching. Let us take a quick look at the broader schedule landscape before the official drop. You have your usual absolute bloodbath of division games against the Lions, Packers, and Vikings both at home and on the road. We are hosting the Jaguars, the Patriots, the Saints, the Jets, the Eagles, and the Buccaneers. That is 9 home games, which is a monstrous advantage. Hosting the Eagles is going to be an absolute dogfight, a true measuring stick game to see if we belong in the NFC elite. The Jets' game will be prime television with their defense coming into our house. On the road, outside of the division, we have to travel to Atlanta, Buffalo, Carolina, Miami, and of course, Seattle. That late-season road trip to Buffalo could be played in a blinding blizzard, which is exactly why building this heavy, bruising, tight-end-centric offense is so critical. Seattle is never an easy place to play with that deafening crowd noise either. But look at Carolina, Atlanta, and Miami. We absolutely have to take care of business and win at least 2 of those 3, if not sweep them entirely. If we can lock down our home stadium, beat up on the weaker road teams, and manage to steal a gritty victory in either Buffalo or Seattle, we are going to be sitting in a prime position for a deep playoff run. Right now, I see a 10 or 11 win season staring us right in the face. The schedule is definitely more grueling than last year, but this roster is so vastly superior that we can confidently match or exceed last year's success. Finally, let us talk about some last-minute roster moves, because the front office has officially filled out the 90-man summer roster, and there are some truly shocking developments. We already knew about the addition of veteran receiver Scotty Miller, but the front office also went out and signed John Radigan, a gritty veteran linebacker who has bounced around the league but brings excellent, hard-hitting special teams value. But the real intrigue comes from the undrafted rookies they just brought in from rookie minicamp. They officially signed wide receiver Kieran Hudson. This is a fascinating pickup because Hudson actually overlapped at USC with Caleb Williams. Bringing in a guy who already has established chemistry and a built-in relationship with your franchise quarterback is a brilliant, low-risk move with massive upside. They also brought in Wayne Matthews III, another intriguing prospect hoping to earn his keep and shock the coaches. However, the most stunning news of the week involves Squirrel White. The electric undrafted free agent receiver that everyone was so universally excited to watch in training camp has abruptly been placed on the reserve retired list. It is a completely unexpected turn of events. We do not know the exact details yet, or if he is walking away from the game of football entirely, but as of right now, he is officially out of the mix before he even put on the pads. It is a frustrating loss of potential, but this front office has proven they know how to pivot and keep the momentum rolling. This team is locked, loaded, and ready to shock the world. The pieces are falling into place, the schedule is taking shape, and the anticipation is at an all-time high.